Welcome to I Love the Library. Well, today we're going to talk about all things Minnesota. Recently I went on a bus trip down to the Twin Cities and we toured the state capitol and the Minnesota History Center. Monday morning, one of the ladies that was on the trip came into the library. We went down on Saturday, she came in on Monday, and she was all excited because she had gone to the gift shop in the History Center, which a lot of us did. She had written down titles of books that she saw in the gift shop down there, and she came in right away Monday morning to scoop up on those titles because she wanted to read them for free. And I thought, what a great idea, and what a good idea for TV3. So today I'm going to talk to you about books that are either published by the Minnesota Historical Society Press or books that have topics something to do with Minnesota. So I started with the people of Minnesota, and the ethnic groups that I chose just happened to be the books that were on our shelf here at the Detroit Lakes Library. The first one that I chose was We Are at Home, Pictures of the Ojibwe People by Bruce White. And I've marked a page. There are lots of photographs in here that have to do with our area. This particular one is a man in costume, and he has the most beautiful beaded bandolier bag. And this picture was taken in 1912 in Detroit, Minnesota. Next, I have Norwegians on the Prairie, Ethnicity and the Development of the Country Town by Odd S. Lovell. And this particular one, as you can see by the orange tape on the spine, is a new book. And those two are both nonfiction, and so of course I had to have a fiction. This one is The Last Letter Home by Wilhelm Moberg, and this is the fourth in the series about Swedish immigrants that settled in Chisago County, Minnesota. Then I decided to have a look at the land. So this book is Minnesota Waterfalls by Steve Johnson and Kenneth Bellinger. And it is absolutely chock full of beautiful pictures of Minnesota waterfalls. Lots of places to visit. Then I went to buildings, and this particular one is Churches of Minnesota by John Hassler, and the photos are by Doug Oman. And yes, we have two churches represented from Becker County in this book. The first one is Ex-Joe Lutheran Church of Lake Park, and this church was built in 1871 and it was added onto in 1901, and it's built in the Carpenter Gothic style. Beautiful church. And the next one is near and dear to my heart. This is my church. This is Richwood Lutheran Church, and it's located on Highway 59 North by Westbury. And this church was built in 1883 in the Gothic Revival style. And it also has its original gorgeous gas chandelier that somewhere along the line, of course, was electrified. It is truly a little church on the prairie. Then I have Minnesota Courthouses by Victor C. Gilbertson. And Becker County has two courthouses in this book. And I know you're wondering how that can be. It actually has our first courthouse, which was built in 1885, and it was built for $28,000. And then it has the one that replaced it in 1942, and this one cost $250,000 to build. Okay. And then, of course, we have to touch on Minnesota history. Minnesota was the first state to offer and send troops to the Civil War. So I chose Minnesota in the Civil War by Kenneth Carley. And it's just a very interesting book, especially if you're into the Civil War history. But there are all kinds of books on Minnesota, and books put out by the Minnesota Historical Society Press here at your library. So if you're interested in any topic to do with Minnesota, come on into the library and we'd be happy to find a book for you. Hope to see you at the library.